Mabuhay, this is Bob from Love Beyond the Sea, a channel for marriage-minded men. I married a woman from the Philippines about 10 years ago, 2015. So we're still together, so I think I have a lot of things that I can share about this type of relationship, foreigner and overseas. Please subscribe to Love Beyond the Sea. You might want to leave a comment on something I say today and click the notification bell for upcoming videos. I've got over 1,650 of them out there over the last 7 or 8 years. So I'm going to talk about ways to turn off this woman from the Philippines that you're interested in. People say you should get yourself a Filipina and woman from the Philippines, but there are some ways to make a bad impression. And here they are. There's a whole bunch of them. One would be by assuming that she wouldn't be interested in you. If you come across as being lacking confidence, that's going to be a turnoff. By being afraid to take the risk of going out there and meeting somebody brand new from another country, that would be a turnoff to her. By believing the stereotypes would be another one. Stereotypes that they're all just after your money, or they'll leave you after they get a green card. By not making the effort. You hook up with somebody, starting a relationship, and then you just don't follow through, or you're late. You don't seem enthused. Then that's going to be a turn off to her. Also, by not separating yourself and your profile. By that I mean making yourself stand out. Don't just make a bland, blah profile that could be said about anybody. Try to be precise about what you're looking for and what you're like and what you've learned, and be be descriptive, enough to stand out from the crowd, and have good pictures, not just any picture. Think about the image you want to portray in that photograph on the dating profile. You can turn her off by revealing too much too soon. Initially, you're just trying to find out, if you have the potential for a relationship, and they don't want to know your whole life's history right away. In fact, many Filipinos would probably tell you they don't care about the bad past. They just want you to learn from it and move on. So don't reveal too much too soon. On the other hand, you could turn her off by not revealing enough. If you just don't say anything, if you just don't stand out from anybody else with your communication and your ability to relate to her, then she's going to think, well, why would I want to get involved with this person? Because they don't seem to have much to say. They're much too quiet. So, you should reveal certain things. Don't be apprehensive about saying, what your preferences are, what you've learned from past experiences. I suggest just opening up and being honest. Another turnoff to a woman from the Philippines would be bragging about yourself. Foreigners already have the stereotype in the minds of many women from the Philippines that they are arrogant, and bragging turns every woman off. Anyway, another one, by not moving quick enough to doing webcams. I suppose sending text back and forth is less intimidating, but my suggestion always has been, once you've communicated in text that you're interested in her, then suggest you go right away to a webcam. Get on camera. Some people have gone months and years without even going on a webcam. I just don't understand that. To me, that makes a bad impression that you're not very aggressive about the relationship. Another one, by being uncomfortable asking and answering tough questions. You should be able to answer tough questions if you want a relationship, and you should be able to not be, uncomfortable where she says something about your past and you say, I don't want to talk about it. Or, I don't know, I don't feel comfortable talking about it. Well, what does that tell her? It tells her that it's going to be hard to communicate with her. It tells her that you might be hiding something about yourself or your past relationships, and she won't want to be involved with you in that case. So don't be uncomfortable asking and answering tough questions unless you want to turn her off. Also, by lingering too long in the safe zone, that's a turnoff. That would be being hesitant to get serious. You make that first contact, you got somebody you can text during the day or come home from work and talk to, and well, you get to the point, well, this feels good enough. I don't really want to go to the next level right away. But being hesitant to get serious, I would say, is a turnoff to a woman from the Philippines because they move faster. Also, another one, by not being willing to focus on one Filipina. That's not the way we do things here in the West, but a woman from the Philippines most likely will say, well, if you're contacting me and we're talking, then I assume you're not talking to anybody else, no other women. And if you are, you should be honest with her, and she won't like that. I know my wife didn't like that when I said I just joined this dating site like 5 days ago, and I wanted to see what was out there. And she said I could do that all right, but I wouldn't be talking to her. And so we went steady, just focusing on each other, and we got married in less than 2 months. So don't stay too long in the safe zone, and be willing to focus on just one Filipina only. If you do that, you're closer to finding one you can marry. If you just focus on her, you're also closer to finding out if she isn't someone that you should marry. So there's really no disadvantage in not just focusing on one person. Another turnoff could be moving too fast. If you go too fast, that could be a turnoff, because she could say, well, he must be hiding something because he wants me to commit so quickly before I can really even put my mind to this. And it's kind of she might feel pressured, and moving too fast would be a turnoff to them. Another one would be being too busy. Too busy. You say you like her, or she hears you tell her you like her and you want to get together, and then all of a sudden, well, I don't have any time for 3 or 4 days to get together. Or maybe I've got 10 minutes to throw in a video cam in the next 3 or 4 days. To me, that would say you're not interested. And she probably wouldn't be either if you claim to be too busy. Now, let me see how many more I have to go through here. I'm not going to get through all of these, so I'm going to just stop here, and we'll continue in another video. But please leave comments on these things. I know they're very quick, brief, but they carry a lot of weight. Even though I didn't take very long to get married, I did study this a lot. I listened to, I watched the videos and podcasts, and read as much as I could. And so even after I got married, so I kind of know the lay of the land dating wise. And these things I think you will find very helpful. Main thing is be yourself. Don't be afraid to be communicating with her. So please leave a comment here, and I'm going to make the rest of the comments on the upcoming video here on Love Beyond the Sea.